Financial Grown-Up Guide, the top new money books for grown-ups right now, Winter 2020 edition. You're listening to Financial Grown-Up with me, certified financial planner Bobbi Rebell, author of How to Be a Financial Grown-Up. And you know what? Being a grown-up is really hard, especially when it comes to money. But it's okay. We're going to get there together. We got this. Welcome to a new installment of our Top Money Books for Financial Grown-Ups series, where we share quick reviews of the money books we are loving right now and you might want to check out. This month's picks include Don't Keep Your Day Job by Cathy Heller, The Big Stretch by Teneshia Warner, The Future is Faster Than You Think by Peter Diamandis and Stephen Kotler, Napkin Finance by Tina Hay, and Bow Down by Lindsay Goldwert. These are recommendations, so I'm going to focus on why I was drawn to these books and what I got out of them. And full disclosure, we do focus on books written by authors that appear on the Financial Grown-Up podcast because if we're being honest, when I love a book, I want to know more and I want to share that with you guys. So we tend to reach out and try to get these authors on the podcast. And we will include links to author episodes in the show notes, which are at bobbirebell.com/Financial Grown-Up Podcast. You can also go there and just use the box to the top right and search for your favorite episode. Let's get to it. First up, Don't Keep Your Day Job, How to Turn Your Passion into Your Career by Cathy Heller. Cathy was an aspiring pop star, and when it didn't work out, after a few twists and turns, she started what became an epic and lucrative career in the music licensing business. She sings, she composes. It's pretty impressive. You've heard her music on commercials ranging from McDonald's to American Airlines. More recently, Cathy started teaching others how to find their purpose with her podcast, also called Don't Keep Your Day Job, and of course, this book. Here's what I liked about it. The book is practical and specific. Cathy gives down-to-earth advice about how to realistically follow your passion, but of course, in a very logical and achievable way. She shares advice from experts, including authors Jen Sincero and Gretchen Rubin and actress Jenna Fisher. There are also stories about everyday people to make it more relatable. There's also lots of inspirational quotes. Here's an example, quote, "Why did it have to be either or when it could be yes and?" Who is this book for? Don't Keep Your Day Job will motivate just about anyone, but it is especially great for people looking for advice on how to leave their corporate jobs, if we're being honest. Also, entrepreneurs who need a little nudge to connect doing what they love with doing something that another person or entity is actually willing to pay for. Emphasis on getting paid. Book number 2, The Big Stretch, 90 Days to Expand Your Dreams, Crush Your Goals, and Create Your Own Success by Teneshia Warner. Teneshia was one of my favorite recent guests on the podcast. She is the founder and CEO of the Igami Group, which is a multi-million-dollar marketing company. Her dream project, conference, and platform has featured speakers from Issa Rae to Damon John and Magic Johnson. Here's what I liked about the book. It shares the success stories of some of the dreamers that have spoken at those conferences. The book has a timeline, as the title suggests, 90 days with specific assignments. Finally, Teneshia's personality shines through and is the real gem in this book. Who is this book for? It's for people willing to do the work to get to their goals. Emphasis on do the work. The Big Stretch will help you decide if that is you. Not everyone is ready to go for it. And Teneshia sets expectations that will push you to get there, but only if you are ready. Book number 3, The Future is Faster Than You Think, How Converging Technologies Are Transforming Business, Industries, and Our Lives by Peter Diamandis and Stephen Kotler. This book is part of the Exponential Technology series, which also included Abundance and Bold. Diamandis is a space entrepreneur turned innovation pioneer. You may have heard of the X Prize, that's him. And Kotler is a peak performance expert and, of course, a best-selling author. What I like about this, at first, I was intimidated by this book, in part because its authors are so accomplished and they're also known as these sort of big thought leaders. But once I started actually reading it, it became a page turner because they write in a very accessible way. Let's put it that way. They approach what is often very complicated topics and get you interested. It's a little like looking into a crystal ball, except after, and only after, they lay out theories and predictions, you realize that, to a large degree, the way things play out was logical all along. You just didn't think about it. They did. The authors touch on everything from AI to digital biology, virtual reality, robotics, and blockchain, and a lot more. The book made me smarter about our world, and who doesn't love just feeling like they have a better handle on our world? Who is this book right for? Truth, this is all stuff I just wasn't that into until I started reading the book. So even if this isn't your thing, move out of your comfort zone and just start. Give it a chance. You might be surprised how much you like it, just like I did. Book number 4, Napkin Finance, Build Your Wealth in 30 Seconds or Less by Tina A. The book takes jargon and number-heavy concepts and simplifies them using visual learning strategies. There's a lot of pictures. Here's why I liked it. It addresses the very basics of financial literacy in a unique and approachable way. Napkin Finance explains some of the most misunderstood and confusing topics, ranging from blockchain to credit scores and paying off student debt. Fun fact, Napkin Finance partnered with Michelle Obama's Better Make Room campaign. Who is this book for? Napkin Finance is a book for beginners and for those of us that can benefit from some reinforcement and sometimes clarification of financial concepts. Most of them are basic, but some of them are complicated. Finally, a bonus book, Bow Down, Lessons from Dominatrixes on How to Get Everything You Want by Lindsay Goldwert. This book is not technically a business book, but there is so much great advice about careers and negotiation that I'm throwing it in here. Lindsay is a journalist who has been writing about money for years. She's been published in all the places. Lindsay also hosts the Spent podcast and does stand-up comedy. She's really funny. Follow her on Twitter. What I liked about this book, Lindsay is very revealing about her own challenges and makes you feel like you are in it together with her. The Doms, as Lindsay often refers to the dominatrixes, share some very specific advice about how they negotiate and hold on to power in some complicated situations. And then Lindsay connects the dots into how it could relate to us in our everyday life. There's a lot of psychology here and real insights into human behavior and what triggers certain reactions. By revealing these, Lindsay helps us see why we get the reactions we do and how we can pivot to get, well, everything we want. Who is this book for? Everyone that wants to get everything they want, of course. Let me know how you like this episode and any suggestions that you have. We will put links to the books I mentioned here, as well as the author episodes in the show notes. You can find them directly by going to bobbirebell.com/podcast/winter 2020 books. And please support authors by buying their books or go to your library and request them. Library buying counts too. You can also use the search bar to find this or any of our episodes on bobbirebell.com. And of course, reviews are always welcome. Thanks to our great authors for helping us all be financial grownups. Financial Grownup with Bobbi Rebell is edited and produced by Steve Stewart and is a BRK Media production.